Alright, so we are going to go over solving word problem equations. So we're going to take our word problems, put them into an equation, and solve for what we need to solve for. So we're going to look at the ones we did in class today. This was D, E, and F, just so we're able to make sure we're all on the same page for these. These are like the first three on your homework assignment, so I want to make sure that we're definitely solid on these, and then we'll look at the more intense ones. If you are feeling fine with these, you already did those problems, you may skip these, just slide through it on the Edpuzzle and move on to the more complicated ones. So Long Coffee Shop sells a refill mug for $8.95. Each refill costs $1.50. Last month, Jaleesa spent $26.95 on a mug and refills. How many refills did she buy? So the refill mug, you're paying for that no matter how many refills you get, no matter if you just bought it for that one day. So that is going to be our constant term. And let me write down what we're looking for. So we always want our rate times our variable plus a constant equaling a total amount. So we have our constant. Anytime we see each, per, monthly, something like that, we are going to know that's our rate. So it says each, so we know that this is our rate. Last month, she spent $26.95, so that's going to be our total. That's how much she spent in total. And then how many refills did she buy? So it's asking for refills. We want R as refills. So we're going to have 1.5 as our rate. So we always do 1.5 times our variable plus our constant equaling our total. That's supposed to be 6. We subtract, we get 1.5 R equals 18. Divide, we get R equals 12. So 12 refills is the amount she got for spending $26.95 along with buying her mug. The next one, the bill for the repair of a computer was $179. The cost for parts was $44 and the labor was $45 per hour. And we want to know how many hours it took to repair. So we know H is hours. That's what we're looking for. And I like to box off all the numbers we have so we're able to see which one's which. So this was the total because that's how much she spent on everything. The cost for parts was $44. So without any labor, this is how much she had to pay. So that's a constant. So even if she had 0 hours of labor, she had to pay that $45 per hour. Oh, no, excuse me. Even if she didn't pay for any labor, she had to pay that $44. Now the $45 per hour, we see that word per, so that's the rate. Another way we could do this is if you're not sure what that $44 is, look at the next one. This has the word per, so that has to be our rate, so that leaves this being the constant. So we have 45 H plus 44 equals 179. Subtract 44, we get 135. Divide by 45, we get 3 hours. So it took 3 hours to repair the computer. Now the bowling alley offers a special. Each game costs $2.50. So we see the word each, so that's our rate. The shoe rental's $2 and the total is $14.50. So that leaves this as our constant. And that's our total. How many games did you bowl? So we have G as our games. We're trying to find how many games. So we have $2.50 because that's our rate times our variable plus $2 for the rental equals $14.50. Subtract 2, we get $2.50 equals $12.50. And if we divide that, get my calculator, $12.50 divided by $2.50 gives me 5. So you were able to play 5 games with that amount of money. So now let's look at some others that might be giving us some problems. So we're going to try stuff like this. Maria and Tim sold candy bars for a fundraiser. Maria sold 7, less than twice the number of candy bars that Tim sold. In total, Maria and Tim sold 137 candy bars. How many candy bars did Maria sell? So we have Maria and Tim. So we are going to write M as the amount Maria sold. Sold. I'm going to write that out. Sold. Oh gosh. My computer's going a little crazy, so if it switches over, I'm sorry. T is the amount Tim sold. So in total, they both sold 137 together. So M plus T equals 137. Together, they sold 137. But Maria sold 7 less than twice the number that Tim sold. So we know that 7 less than 2 times means 2 times minus 7. And that's the amount that Maria sold. Oh. Yeah, it's not erasing. All right. So we have two variables. We only want one variable. So instead of having 2t minus 7 equaling m, we can plug this in for m. So we're going to have 2t minus 7 plus t equals 137. So 3t minus 7 equals 137. Add our 7, 3t equals 144. So let's see, our t is 48. So Tim sold 48, but we want to know how many Maria sold. So we can do 137 minus, I don't know where all that just went. Well, if you need to see all of that, please go back. My computer's going crazy, but if you need to see all that work, just go back in this Edpuzzle, pause it, and take a look. But we saw that Tim sold, I don't know why everything's disappearing. Tim sold 48. So we do 137 minus 48, and that means Maria sold 89. And the other equation we got was 2t minus 7 equals 1 equals m. And some of you in class said, well, I could have just taken the t of 48 and plugged it in and subtracted 7 and got an m. 100%, that's perfectly fine. I just decided to say, okay, there's a total of 137. Tim sold 48. Maria had to sell the rest. But if this makes sense to you, you could do it that way. You're going to get the same answer. All right, so we're going to go back to this problem. So we have Green's Gym charges a one-time fee of $50 plus $30 per session for a personal trainer. The new gym does a fee of $250 plus a $10 for each session. So how many sessions is the cost of the two plans the same? So we're looking for the session amount, and we want to know when they'll be the same. So when we're saying the same, that means we want the two to be equal to each other. So we have the Green's Gym charging a one-time fee of $50 plus $30 per session. So we have $30 per session plus $50. The next one, we have $10 per session plus $250. You can write it as 50 plus 30s if you want. Doesn't matter to me, but I just do it this way because I like the variables to be first. Doesn't matter, like I said. So now we're going to solve this. We subtract 10s from both sides, and we get 20s plus 50 equals 250. Subtract 50, we get 20s equals 200. So the sessions are 10. So after 10 sessions, the cost will be the same. So how did I know that I was going to have a variables on both sides equation? Anytime that I'm asking you when two things are going to be the same price or same this or that, you're going to set it equal to each other and put variables on both sides. You're going to take the one sentence, make that into an equation, put it on the left, take the other sentence, put it on the right, set it equal to each other, and solve. So I do really like these type of problems, so make sure you're understanding it, writing in your notebook. For this type of problem, it's a little bit more complicated. I'm going to erase this just so I can right up there. So it says, at the fair, Hunter bought 3 snacks and 10 ride tickets. The ride tickets cost $1.50 less than a snack if we spent a total of $24, what was the cost of each snack? So we're looking for costs. So I'm going to say S is the snack cost. So snack price. 10. R equals the ride cost. So the ride price. So we did 3 snacks and 10 rides to equal $24. Now we have the ride ticket equaling $150 less than the snack. So we know $150 less than means S minus 1.50. And we're going to plug that in plug that into R because that's what R equals. So we'll have down here 3S plus 10. We're going to plug it in for R. So instead of R, we're going to have S minus 1.5 because the R is not just S. We're not doing 10 times S. We're doing 10 times this whole quantity, so we have to put in parentheses. Then we're going to distribute, so we get 3S plus 10S minus 15 equals 24. Combine our like terms, we get 13S minus 15 equals 24. Add 15 to both sides, we get 13S equals 39. So my S is $3. So the snack equals $3. Plug it back in, and my ride is 3 minus 150. So my ride is $1.50. So this was a lot, but we just always want to set up an equation of how many we bought with the price, and then we want to take our equation that we made for just the singular price and plug it in. The next two on the next slide are more like what I'm going to be showing you guys on the next class I see you, depending on red or white, for your little classwork graded activity. So let's make sure we have these. So I want to make sure you guys write this down in your notebooks, have this in full, because you will be able to use your notes. So you might as well just have everything written down and then just copy the process for the ones on your activity to have an understanding of that. So Mark has 45 CDs, Karina has 61. If Mark buys 4 new each month and Karina buys 2 new each month, after how many months will they have the same number of CDs? So we're looking for months. So I'm going to write M for my months. And we want to see when they have the same. So like I told you before, same means equal. So I put my equal sign. And I'm going to have a variables on both sides. So we're going to look at Mark alone. Mark's going to be the left side. So Mark buys 4 new each month. So 4 each month. That's our rate. Plus our original 45. That's how many he started off with. Karina buys 2 each month, but she started off with 61. Now we solve. We get 2M plus 45 equals 61. So 2M equals 16. MM is 8. So after 8 months, they'll have the same amount of CDs, and you're good to go. Now let's look at the more complicated one. So this is like the one we just did on the last slide, the last problem. And this is more like the one I would give you on the graded classwork, so make sure you copy this down. So I'm going to clear this so we can keep working up top. So Bob's family went to a bake sale and spent $20. They bought 5 cupcakes and 2 Hot Pockets. The cupcake cost $3 less than the Hot Pocket. How much money did the Hot Pocket cost? So in total, it cost $20. They had 5 cupcakes. So we're going to say C is cupcake cost or price. Hot Pocket price is P. So they bought 5 cupcakes and 2 Hot Pockets to give you $20. Well, they gave $20. So the cupcake in this equation cost $3 less than the Hot Pocket. So the cupcake is $3 less than the Hot Pocket. We know that means H minus 3. So we're going to plug this in for C because that's what C equals. And we get 5H minus 3 plus 2H equals 20. So 5H minus 15 plus 2H equals 20. So 7H minus 15 equals 20. So 7H equals 35. And my H is $5. So the Hot Pocket's going to cost $5 each. And this is the type of problem I would give you. I wouldn't make you, like I did for the other ones, plug it back in, and you would see that the cupcake is $2 each. We'll be able to look at that once we get to the systems topic, but I just want to make sure we're able to set up these equations and keep on going. So this is going to be a very similar and identical problem to the one that you will have on a quiz. It's not a quiz, it's the graded classwork assignment where you use your notes. So make sure you're copying this down. And if you have questions, email me, come see me, and have a great day.